Australian Prime Minister Scott Morrison and the man he replaced, Malcolm Turnbull, are engaged in a teensy little public spat. The flashpoint was Turnbull's appearance on Australia's behalf at a climate change summit in Bali this week, where he met President Joko Widodo. Turnbull noted Indonesia had serious concern about Morrison's decision to consider moving Australia's embassy in Israel from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem, but he believed a trade deal with the country would still go ahead. There is no question, were that move to occur, it would be met with a very negative reaction in Indonesia. This is, after all, the largest Muslim-majority country in the world, he said. It seems Morrison did not appreciate the public commentary. I got the report back from his visit. The issue of trade and other things was not really part of his brief. My view, our government's view about these issues is clear. That's what we are pursuing, Morrison told 2GB Radio this morning. He proceeded to echo the view Peter Dutton expressed shortly after Turnbull was removed from the Liberal leadership, essentially, that former prime ministers should not interfere. I'm always going to act with respect to previous prime ministers, regardless of who they are. But I do think the exemplar about how to go about things post-politics is John Howard, and on the Labour Party side, it's Julia Gillard, he said. Earlier this week, Turnbull raised a few eyebrows by conspicuously liking a tweet showing Mr. Morrison's rating as preferred Prime Minister had dropped. It seems Morrison noticed. I'm aware of it. But I just brush it off, he told 2GB. The Prime Minister indicated Turnbull would no longer be sent to international events as a representative of the Australian government. The Prime Minister clarified his own statements after Turnbull's tweets. As head of the delegation, he was briefed on appropriate responses on other issues that could be raised in any direct discussions with the President, Morrison said. Accordingly, there were briefings dealing with the issues he has referred to. The purpose of his attendance was the Oceans Conference. Morrison is not alone in his apparent annoyance. Other government MPs have publicly slapped down Mr. Turnbull, suggesting he had made the Israeli embassy issue worse. Apparently we sent him over there because he's mates with Joko Widodo, but my gosh, if there was a small problem, he threw petrol on it, Turnbull's former Deputy Prime Minister Barnaby Joyce said yesterday.